Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you the lawn care clients that I absolutely, I can't stand them, guys. I'm just going to say it. I cannot stand them. I'm sure you have probably dealt with every single one of these, and I'm sure I'm going to leave out something. But let me know down there in the bottom section, what is the client that you hate the most, okay? I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. You know, like whenever you're out there doing this work, man, it is so hard sometimes. And then you get these clients that do these things. It just drives me absolutely crazy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the top things clients do that I absolutely cannot stand. Number one is dumping mulch on top of grass, or dumping mulch around like a crepe myrtle or tree and not cutting out an actual flower bed. And then when like 2 weeks comes up, all that grass starts growing up through it. There's no border defined on the mulch, and it just looks absolutely terrible. And then if you don't do anything about it, it makes it look like you're not doing a good job. Number one, dumping mulch on top of grass and actually not cutting a bed. I absolutely cannot stand it. Number two is dog poop. Okay, I realize that in this industry, there's going to be a certain amount of dog poop that we have to deal with because we're outside working in people's yards, and that's just the way it is. I'm talking about the clients who put their massive labs and Rottweilers and Doberman Pinschers on all raw meat diets and then send them out into the yard what appears like 30 minutes before you come. And I'm not talking about a little bit of poop. I'm talking about actual landmines, wet, sloppy, nasty, all in the yard. Guys, I will mow right through poop with the best of them. But, you know, there have been times whenever I get to a client's yard and I did one of two things. Number one, I said, we're not mowing this yard. And I actually left the yard and I sent them an email and said, look, you know, either you're going to have to start helping us out with this, or number two, we're going to raise the price so substantially that I would just absolutely love to run through all their dog poop. So that's what I did. I sent them an email and said, look, you know, this is what we're going to have to do. And if you don't help out with this, this is what your lawn care service price is going to. And I was so fed up at that point where I would have been just as happy losing them. But ever since then, they really did help out. But again, dog poop in yards, I cannot stand it. Number three is trampolines, okay? I hate trampolines. I hate that I can't get underneath them all the way. I hate that they're an additional obstacle in the middle of the yard. I hate that they kill the grass underneath them. There's nothing good about trampolines, man. I absolutely hate them. And the worst thing is like whenever Christmas rolls around, I know this sounds like such a Grinch, but you see all these like lawns that all of a sudden, like a week or two after Christmas, now have trampolines in them, and you're just like, oh my gosh. But trampolines, dude, I absolutely cannot stand them. Maybe it's a pet peeve of mine. I've had people ask me before, like, hey, can you move this trampoline? And I'm just like, no, I can't. I'm not going to be moving furniture and trinkets around your yard to do my job. If you want to put a trampoline out in the middle of your backyard and kill your grass and create a death trap for your kids, by all means, that's on you. But I cannot stand trampolines. Number four would be the client who I swear runs their sprinklers 24/7, okay? I will go up and fix the box, tell them to stop watering, but then their grass is dying, and what do? They just give it more water and put more fungus and more, and every time you go, man, it's like a slop fest. I'll tell you what, I will deal with that about once, and then I will educate them and say, hey, you know, you need to have these sprinklers off the day before we come, okay? The day before. Definitely not on the day we come, but at least the day before we come, they need to be off, okay? This yard needs to be dry for it to get cut the best. And most of the time, people are overwatering their yards anyways, and then introducing all kinds of diseases and fungus into their yard. It's just not good to overwater your lawn, okay? But you cannot get that through people's head who have spent $2,500 on a sprinkler system and they're just like, well, by God, you know, I spent money on it, I'm going to use it. And it'll be pouring. Like right now, it is pouring outside. And my neighbor here across the street literally has his sprinklers running. And he does it all the time. And he has just black mold all in his yard. It looks absolutely terrible. But, you know, not to mention it being a complete waste of water. But I won't get into all that. But look, whenever you show up to a yard and it's sloppy and nasty and you just can't even cut it, again, I will educate those clients and tell them, hey, you have to get this fixed, or we're not going to be able to continue to provide service for you. Okay, and the next one is a pet peeve of mine as well. It's when you show up to a client's yard and they want you to haul stuff away basically for free. Maybe you have your trailer with you and you have some limbs from some other job that you did, and they've just recently trimmed up some crepe myrtles, you know, and then makes it the worst is whenever it's not a lot, when it's like just 2 crepe myrtles and there's not a whole lot of debris there. But look, man, like that's my time. Like that's me having to take your crap away. I got to go to the dump and still unload it, even though I'm going for the rest of my stuff. But it's just, I would never project that onto somebody else and say, hey, you know, since you already have that, would you mind taking this away, you know? I just tell people, I'm saying, yeah, you know, we got a $30 charge, you know, for taking that away, but I'll be happy to do it. You know, happy to do a cleanup. We'll rake it and blow it out, make it look super nice for you. But I do not give my services away, guys. And it's really frustrating whenever clients try to get you to do extra stuff, such as, you know, debris haul off or just doing little stuff around their yard for them. Not talking about, you know, being so hard-headed that you're not a nice person, but I'm saying there are people that will get you to try to do things and not pay you for them, and I just very, very guarded with that. Okay, and last but certainly not least is the people that leave kids' toys all out in the yard, dude. That is the absolute worst. I got to where now I will pick them up once, and I will tell them, I'll send them an email and say, hey, here's your service date as a reminder. Yeah, this is the day that we service your yard. We're typically here in the morning times on this particular day of the week, and we ask that the yard is picked up prior to our service. You know, if we have to spend additional time moving forward picking up toys and getting the yard ready, there's going to be a $10 to $15 additional charge for us spending extra time picking up kids' toys. And I'm not talking about like 1 or 2 little things, guys. Like there's people that'll hit these little plastic, you know, golf balls out their yard or whatever, and they're just friggin' everywhere, dude. Or like these little kid toys, like dog toys everywhere. And I saw a video the other day where some lawn guy, he got so fed up with it, dude. He's like, you know what? Screw this. Bomb. He just mowed everything over. I would not recommend that, but it was so funny to me because I've truly felt like that many, many times. But he actually did it. So, you know, I'm not getting into legality of, you know, was that property damage and that type of thing. But he just did exactly what I've wanted to do many, many times. Bomb. So look, people that leave kids' toys all in their yard and requiring a lot of extra time. Oh, and what else goes with this is hoses. Hoses that are stretched all the way across the yard for somebody's sprinkler. It might not seem like a big deal, guys, but whenever you start going to a yard and you're thinking to myself, if this SOB left that sprinkler and that water hose out again, and I got to spend another 5 minutes wrapping this thing back up before I can cut the grass, and you already start thinking that, and you get to the yard and you open it up, the back gate, and you look in there, and sure enough, the friggin' sprinkler's out there with the hose all the way across the yard every single time. I would put that right up there with kids' toys because it's so annoying having to grab that thing, wrap it all up. It's just a headache that, you know, whenever you're first starting your lawn care business, I guess it's okay. But after you have done this yard for 30 times and you know that it's like the middle of summer and you don't want to be doing that crap, yeah, it gets really annoying having to go and roll up somebody's hose every single time. Okay, so I'm sure that I've left out a few things there. Let me know what clients do that drives you absolutely crazy. Because honestly, right now, man, it's raining, and I'm going to get a big kick out of seeing all y'all's comments. Y'all have a great day.